Okay, model solutions for paper 2, the calculator paper of practice paper 1. Formage. The ratio of females to males at a party is 3 to 5. There are 12 more females than males. In our ratio, there are 2 more. So we're going to go 2 times 6 equals 12. So I'm going to make it 3 times 6 equals 18, and 5 times 6 equals 30, for a total of 48 people in the party. 18 male, 12 female. Show that A percentage of B equals B percent of A. So that is A over 100 times B is equal to B over 100 times A. Multiplying fractions. The left hand side is AB over 100, which is the same as the right hand side over 100. A runner increases the distance she runs by 10% each week. So that means it's times 1.1, I'll multiply. In week 1, she runs 16 miles. In which week will she first run over 20 miles? So it's 16 times 1.1 to the power of n equals 20. Okay, so 20 divided by 16, 1.1 to the power of n equals 20 over 16, which is equal to 1.25. I don't know a good way to solve that, so I will deal with that using trial and improvement on my calculator. 1.1 to the power of 3 equals 1.331. I know that 1.1 squared equals 1.21. So it will be in week 3 that she first runs over 20 miles. Question 2, expand and simplify. So 8x plus 12 plus 2x minus 14. Like terms, 10x minus 2. Expand m to the 4 plus 2m cubed. Solve. Start off by getting rid of the fraction, times both sides by 4. So 9 minus 2d equals 4 minus 4d. Add 4d both sides. And minus 9. So we end up with 2d equals negative 5. D equals negative 2.5. Question 3. Nth term of a sequence is 4n minus 10. Show that the n plus 1th term, so 4n plus 1 minus 10 is equal to 4n plus 4 minus 10, which is 4n minus 6. Prove that the sum of any 2 consecutive terms, so the nth plus the n plus 1th, so 4n minus 10 plus 4n minus 6 is equal to 8n minus 16. Common factor of 8 minus 2, it is divisible by 8. 8 is a factor. Okay. The nth term of a different sequence is 3n in bracket over n plus 5. Explain why 1 is not a term in this sequence. If 1 was a term in the sequence, then we would be able to say that 3n is equal to n plus 5 if 1 is in sequence. So solving that gives us 2n equals 5, n equals 2.5. So n is integer typically. Work out the limiting value as n tends towards infinity. Okay, as n tends towards infinity, 3n over n plus 5 as n tends towards infinity. So we have got, as n tends towards this tends towards n, so our sequence tends towards 3n over n, which is just 3. Question 4. The diagram shows an isosceles triangle where that side AB and AC are the same. Work out the area of the triangle. So we've got two approaches. We could use Pythagoras to find the side lengths A, B and C, and then use those three sides and the cosine rule to find the angle at the top, and then find the area of the triangle using half AB sine C. But I'm going to use the fact that it's isosceles to turn it into two right-angled triangles and that midpoint, and then I have to find the length of the red line and the length of the base, and then it's a half base times height. So the base is BC, which is equal to 2 squared plus 2 squared, which is equal to the square root of 8. The midpoint, so the end of that red line, mid of BC, is 6, 5. So 6, 5. So it is 4, 4. So our height equals 4 squared plus 4 squared, square rooted, which is the square root of 32. Then a half base times height gives us a half root 8 root 32, which is a half root 240, 256, which is 8 from my calculator.